neighborhood of Oakwood Heights. Everyone knew her name, Lena Brooks. She was the girl next door who never caused trouble, who smiled at everyone, and who every parent trusted with their children. At just 19, Lena was considered a blessing. Parents described her as gentle, dependable, and patient, a young woman who had a gift for caring for kids. She'd show up early, bring little surprises, and always left the house spotless. To everyone in Oakwood Heights, Lena was perfect, but perfection can hide the most dangerous secrets. Lena's story didn't begin in Oakwood Heights. She'd come from a broken home, raised by an aunt after years of neglect and abuse. She never spoke about her childhood, except to say she wanted to make life better for others. People admired that about her. They didn't realize she was trying to rewrite her own past in the most disturbing way imaginable. When the Fletchers, a young couple with 2 children, Emma and Noah, hired her, it seemed like a perfect fit. Lena quickly became part of their family. The kids adored her. They'd rush to the door when she arrived, giggling as she told them stories and played games. Mrs. Fletcher even called her the daughter she never had. But as weeks turned into months, subtle changes began to appear. Lena started showing up uninvited just to check on the kids. She began rearranging furniture, rewriting bedtime routines, and once even showed up at Emma's school claiming she was sent to pick her up, something the Fletchers never asked her to do. At first, the family brushed it off. She was young, eager to help. But Mrs. Fletcher couldn't shake the uneasy feeling that Lena's affection wasn't love, it was something darker. Then one evening, Emma, the 5-year-old, said something that made her mother's blood run cold. "Mommy," she whispered, "I don't like when Lena plays the quiet game." When asked what she meant, Emma said softly, "It's when we hide, and Lena tells us not to breathe. She says it's so nobody finds us." Mrs. Fletcher didn't understand. She laughed nervously, brushed it off as a child's imagination. But deep down, she felt something wasn't right. Then came June 14th, the night that changed everything. The Fletchers went out for a simple date night, leaving Lena in charge as usual. The kids were fed, the bedtime story was read, and everything seemed normal. At 9 p.m., the Fletcher security camera caught them leaving the house. But less than an hour later, that same camera picked up something strange. Lena stepping outside with a large duffel bag, looking around nervously, then going back inside. When the Fletchers returned home around 11, the house was silent. The TV was still on. The lights were dim. But the children and Lena were gone. Her phone was left behind on the counter. The only clue was a single note written in a child's handwriting. We went home. The police were called immediately. An Amber Alert went out. For 2 days, Oakwood Heights searched tirelessly. Flyers went up. Volunteers walked through the woods. And then, a gas station attendant made a chilling call. A young woman had been seen around 1 a.m., barefoot, driving a car registered to the Fletchers. In the back seat was a child's blanket. Police traced the car to an abandoned cabin, deep in the woods, a cabin that once belonged to Lena's father. Inside, they found drawings taped to the walls, childlike sketches of houses burning, families crying, and stick figures labeled Lena's family. In the corner, sitting quietly on the floor, was Lena. She was softly humming a lullaby, the same one she used to sing to Emma and Noah. The children were there too, unharmed, but pale, confused, and terrified. When police entered, Lena looked up and said, "You can't take them. They're mine now. They're safe here." She didn't fight. She didn't run. She just smiled, a distant, glassy stare that said she truly believed every word she spoke. Lena was arrested and later diagnosed with delusional attachment disorder. She had convinced herself that the Fletchers were unfit parents, that she was their true protector, their real mother. In court, Mrs. Fletcher couldn't hold back tears. "I trusted her with my children," she said. "She tucked them in every night, and I never saw it. I never saw the monster behind that smile." Lena was sentenced to 25 years in a psychiatric facility. Doctors called her case one of the most severe forms of obsessive psychosis they'd seen. A young woman so desperate for love that she tried to steal it from someone else's family. The Fletchers eventually moved away, hoping to leave the nightmare behind. But the trauma lingered. Years later, Emma, now a teenager, told a reporter, "I used to dream she was still watching me, standing outside my window, waiting." Lena Brooks remains institutionalized to this day, often talking about her children as if they still live with her. And sometimes, late at night, nurses say they hear her singing that same lullaby, the one she used to hum in the dark. Trust, it's the one thing we give freely, often without question. But sometimes the people we trust most are the ones who hide their true selves best. This was the babysitter who became a monster. If this story sent chills down your spine, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more haunting true crime stories, where the scariest monsters aren't found in movies, they're found in real life.